Dr. Amari?
Yes?
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
Zdravím vás, gamery, vážení vodveleri, vítajte v 29. epizóde Falloutu 4. Tie naše potulky pozla popustinou sa trošku zmenili, pretože naposledy priletelo bratstvo oceľov vo svojej krásnej vzducholodi a sú nad letiskom. A ja som sa rozhodol, že ideme po hlavnom príbehu zase trošku, pretože naposledy sme chytili Kellogga, teda chytili, no, skôr sme ho zamordovali. Ideme teda do hniezdečky aká spomienok, čo som totálne neskomolil teraz to je názov, ale ideme zistiť, ako sa dostaneme do inštitútu, že? Lebo nemáme žiadne náznaky. Vieme, že inštitút teda existuje, to nám potvrdil samotný Kellogg, samotný synteticus dôkaz, ale niečo. Niekde v jeho mysli bude nejaká stopa, snáď.
Well, Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about below me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Ozaj, ja kontaktoval ma aj tento týpek, že niečo pre nás má. No on sa myslím, že hovoril vtedy, keď sme robili ten quest.
I've been thinking about what you and Hancock said. I've decided I can't give up, but I'm no fighter. Maybe at least I can keep tinkering, though, to try to make your shroud costume even better.
No dobre.
Let's do this.
If you don't get the costume shroud, not much I can do. I'll be here when you get it.
Jo, tak dobre, tak to donesujem, to iba vylepšovanie oblečku. Prečo nie, ale... Tak, Piper. Poď. On takto o nás vie, dobre. Tak, ideme sa pozrieť, čo pre nás vykuchtili. Piper a Nick tu myslím, že sú príbehovo, že? Keď tu nie je jeden, tak je... Ak pošlete Piper sem, ide sem sama, ste tu proste, tak poďme na to. Jaj, tento quest by mal byť super divný a super cool.
Dr. Amari?
Yes? I take it this isn't a social call.
Je to dosť šialený návrh, čo nás tu čaká. No prepáčte, ak si to môžem len tak zobrať, tak si beriem s tým peké redevej zadarmo. To nie je žiadna garancia.
You're the one who can extract memories from a brain, right?
Normally, we only allow our clients to experience their own memories. Now, what's this all about?
We need a deep dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you...
To je fér, ozaj. Ozaj, to je vodtek.
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Nick's an older model synth. Is he compatible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, it should hook right in. But even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on a tremendous amount of risk. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. Let's do it.
Tyjo. Ani nepohol. Ani na sekundu nepochybuje ten
I
chlapík.
appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son.
Tak ak toto nevidia, ako ho nájdeme? Musíme nejako vyprovokať inak inštitút, nie?
Time? Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Neboj!
See here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the
Akože rozumné. Akože rozumné od inštitútu, pretože predpokladám, že si uvedomil, že svet nezanikol hora. Môže tu byť niekto inteligentný ako doktorka, že aby to dokázali niekto prečítať.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Ooh.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
No dobre. No dobre. Tak poďme do toho luxusného kresielka. Obrazovečka.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host.
Oh.
Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
Ooh.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
No hej.
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
No jo, tento quest. Je jeden z najlepších momentov.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting.
Dobre, som Kellogg. Pamätať si, že sme Kellogg.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
Bolo tu teda?
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules.
Oh.
But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now,
No
though.
počkať, Kellogg je teda zo západného pobrežia, keď je tam NCR.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Dobre, od pohľadu to stále... Nejaký barák.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
Tiež mal rodinu.
We don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
No, keďže vieme, kde skončil pán Kellogg, tak asi rodinka nie je už, čo? Bude opustia, alebo niečo horšie.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs, and you weren't there to help them.
Predpokladám, že rodinka.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Blížime sa k niečomu, čo vyzerá ako vault, alebo nie? To vyzerá, že bol žoldnier už ten vrah, ktorého poznáme. A nejaká oslava.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
Dobre, nevieme, kde sme. Iba nejaký, že bar je to.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me. Oh, we'll pay you.
And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
No, približujeme sa. Už je sám, už je žoldnier. Aj, tento quest je taký super. Dobre. Syntetici. Že by prvá zákazka pre inštitút, alebo čo?
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the
I think I do.
Very well. B748. Initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Aj. To vyzerá ako vault. To vyzerá ako tie nádrže kryogenické. Sme tu.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6. Hall near the end.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Je sranda, že títo všetci sa tiež prebudili. Ozaj. Len to sme nevideli vtedy.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Toto sme už vlastne videli. Úplne na začiatku hry.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No. I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
Je sranda vidieť intro z iného pohľadu.
I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
No ďakujem. Teraz ideme... Teraz ktorým smerom? Taďal to? Jaj. Ja si, že som sa vrátil. Dobre, toto vyzerá ako ten byt, čo sme navštívili v Diamond City.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
His whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid, like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently.
Škoda, že som nepreklikal všetky tie možnosti spomienok.
I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Jaj, to sú rozhovory Piper.
Kellogg. It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines.
Terminátori doslova.
Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr.
Ooh.
Ryan. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Oh.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Oj.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Akože mám použiť dvere, alebo čo? Akože toto je cool, no. Otázka. Vo Fort Hagen bol, pretože sa pripravoval na tú operáciu nájsť toho doktora? Takže spomienka sa sprístupní znovu, dobre. Alebo sme mu to stihli zatrhnúť, tú operáciu, viete? Že sme tam vtrhli predtým, ako sa tam vydal. To je teraz otázka. Takže poďme naspäť. Ja.
I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Super, prečo nie? Je to fajn.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
That's good, but I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened?
You were along for the ride, weren't you? You saw what I saw.
Yes, but it's important we review everything together, in case either of us missed anything.
Dobre, takže začneme Kelloggov život.
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
V podstate stali sme sa tým istým.
He was a human being just like the rest of us, and he had reasons for being what he was, however cruel. How does that make you feel?
It wasn't all his fault. I can't blame him for everything that happened.
If I were a priest, I would say forgiveness is a good thing. We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest secret, teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were
Veď práve.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
Tak boli sme tam už.
Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry.
Akože sme tam boli proti enkláve.
A sealed environment suit would be great if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor. That would be perfect.
Akože... No vidíte, mám v Sanctuary Hills 4 energozbore a ani jednu som si nepripravil na výlet do radioaktívnej pustiny.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Dobre, takže sme zvládli celkom parádnu vec. No jo, priveď Curie, to asi tiež urobíme. Pán Valentine, Niku, Nikátor. Á, tam to už sedí. Ďakujeme za pomoc.
Enjoying yourself in Good Neighbor? It's a heck of a town, ain't it?
No, je to také príjemné mestečko, hlavne keď poznám vašeho starostu. A beží so mňou po pustine.
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right.
Oh.
I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg? Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Amari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Radaway.
Akože Radawayu mám veľa. Už sme tam boli proti enklave, ako hovorím. Oh, nie.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us.
Akože páči sa mi brať na toto Nika, lebo... Dobre, Piper, ďakujeme za pomoc.
Got a sec?
Ale, ešte...
Of course, Nick. What's up?
I wouldn't normally bother you with this sort of thing, but, well, I know I can trust you at this point.
Ešte.
For as long as I can remember, I've been getting these, flashes. Memories of places I've never been. Things I've never seen. Memories of Nicks. They're not bad, they're just this inescapable reminder that I'm not the person I think I am. That I'm not a person at all. I'm just a machine. Pretending.
Ale Niku.
You think, you feel. You're more than pretending, Nick.
Nice of you to say, but your kind don't usually have to deal with someone else's whole life trapped
Okay, to je fair, to je fair.
Don't get me wrong. I know I'm in Nick's debt. These memories, they've kept me alive. Nick was a hell of a cop. A guy with good instincts.
Preto si zostal ako detektív, keď si sa odtrhol od inštitútu, teda keď ťa vyhodili.
Some ex-con, or whatever type might volunteer to let folks tinker with their gray matter. But it's thanks to Nick that I pass for human. Why I get to live cushy in Diamond City, and every other synth is shot on sight. I know I got it good, but my entire life I owe to Nick. Everything that makes me who I am. My judgment, my speech, hell, even my name. They're his. And I can't do a damn thing about it, because without them, I'm nothing. A shell. All I want is a life where I have something I can call my own.
You've already built a life for yourself, Nick. You've got the agency, a home, friends.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You know, I'm just gonna need some time to think on this. I appreciate you hearing me out. You're a real good friend. Thanks.
My ďakujeme za teba. Aj, Niku. Aj. Môžem? Asi to vlastne nie.
There is this chunk of Nick Valentine history I've been hoping to put a bow on for a while now. I could use a hand if you're willing to take a crack at it.
Ešte?
Sure thing. What's the case?
Well, this one's straight out of the archives. Once upon a time, in the land of Boston, there lived a king of organized crime, Eddie Winter. He was a bad man who did a lot of bad things, hurt a lot of innocent people. But he knew the end was coming, so he sealed himself inside a personal shelter, located underneath a sub-shop he used as a headquarters.
Eddie Winter was from my time. Real scumbag.
The story gets even more twisted. The arrogant bastard wanted to cheat death.
Aj, ktorý človek by to nechcel, hlavne z tých arogantných.
That shelter someday into this brave new world. Sound familiar? Only Eddie didn't want to be a frozen banana. No cryo sleep for him, no. He invested his money in some sick, crazy radiation experiment.
Nick, you can't be saying what I think you're saying.
Oh, I'm saying it all right. Eddie Winter went and turned himself into a ghoul 200 years before it was fashionable. Hell, he was probably the first one. And I'm convinced that he's still locked inside that shelter. Safe and sound. Ready to come out and begin his evil reign all over again. I'm gonna find him and kill him, so that never happens. You in?
Prečo to robí?
I don't get it, Nick. Why kill Eddie Winter, even if he is still alive? This sounds like some kind of vendetta.
I've got memories of a girl. My girl. They're not really my memories, I know that. They're Nick's. But the girl, she was real. She was beautiful and innocent. And Winter killed her. Now he's got to pay the price. So, knowing that, are you in?
No, niekto ťa musí postrážiť.
Right, Nick. Let's get the bad guy.
You're a good man. Now, I know where Winter's vault is, but the door is sealed with a complex numerical code. Lucky for us, Winter's arrogance knew no bounds. Back in the day, he recorded 10 holotapes, incriminating different...
To si robíš srandu.
On each one, he hit a single number. We find all of those holotapes, we get all the numbers. We get all the numbers, we get the code. And then we get Winter. I've been putting together a file on this one for a while now. There's a pair of holotapes in here worth listening to, including one of Winter's that I managed to snatch from the Cambridge police evidence lockup.
Oh, máme už dve.
Getting swarmed by ferals. My gut tells me the Boston police evidence terminals are the key to cracking this one. It's probably worth paying a visit to any of the departments you might have stumbled across.
Čijo. Dobre, žiariace more, na to nič. Čo teda treba... Aj takto, ako je fakt Fakt pôjdeme takto chodiť. Nájdi holopásky. Keby sme sa do toho pustili na budúce, to vyzerá ako dobrý quest. A nemáme čo robiť, že? Teda, môžeme ísť po hlavnom príbehu, ale žiariace more... je ideálne tak dobre odlúčené, že môžeme tam ísť, až keď budeme chcieť my ísť. Ale veľa vecí sme sa dozvedeli.
Lowest place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some point.
Ako povieš, Niku. Takže dal nám nejaké tie pásky. Holopa... my máme dve? Fakt som to teda... Ja asi viem, ja keď som niekedy skúmal prostredie, tak som to našiel.
Message to Johnny Montrano. Johnny. You fat, lazy piece of shit. I knew this arrangement was too good to be true. Let's join forces with the North End, huh? Bury the hatchet? Work mutually against a common enemy? Well, you put the nail in that coffin, huh, boyo? What did you have to do, Johnny? Huh? What was your job? Sit in your car, on the corner. Keep your eyes open. If you see a uniform, you get out. Walk down the street, knock on the door, and let the fellas know there's trouble coming. Easy as pie, right? I could have got a 9-year-old from the projects to do it, but no. In the interest of Irish-Italian relations, I give the job to you. So what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. You sit on your fat ass dribbling cannoli cream onto your third chin. You watch. You watch the uniform blow. Months of planning, all in 2 minutes. Congratulations, Johnny. You got me. You and your pals sure put the screws to old Eddie Winter. You should tell his funny story to your little girl. When you tuck her in at night.
Oh.
In that corner bedroom, upstairs, pink wallpaper, little house on Prince Street. Yeah. Eddie Winter, signing off.
A aké bolo to číslo? Ako je tam niekde to bolo počuť? Dúfam, že to nie je to isté. Nie je.
Okay, my friend. I thought about it. And I've reached a decision on the Fallon's job. Your cut is exactly what you deserve. $0. Zilch.
Takže 0?
Right. You get nothing. Yes, you cracked the safe. And yes, we got the diamonds. But you also tripped the alarm. Mackie got pinched, and that's entirely your fault. Now, when he gets out, Mackie's gonna want your head on a platter. I'm gonna give him your share instead. I see you're getting off easy. Eddie Winter, signing off.
Zaujímavé, tak tomto budeme pokračovať na budúce, ľudia. Ďakujem za sledovanie tejto epizódy, prajem príjemný deň, príjemné hranie a ďakujem čo za krásnu podporu. Majte sa.